and welcome back to my channel. Today we're back in the sofa, as you can see, and I'm bringing you another vegan basics, and today we're gonna be talking about creams, sauces and spreads. So let's get started. And by the way, I think I mentioned it in the first vegan basics, but I've been using this milk and I love it. So I tried two milks. I think I showed you this one and another one, and the other one is also good, the hemp seed milk. But yeah, I switched completely to this one. I'm loving it and it's healthier, so yeah, I'm super into this one. If this is the first video you're watching, I have 2 more episodes already posted on the channel, and it's basically me coming here talking to you about some vegan things, vegan tips that I've learned or that I know. And yeah, today we're talking more creamy things. I haven't tried a lot of things, but there's also a lot of other spreads, for example, and things that I want to try in the next weeks. So yeah, most likely you're gonna see it in the channel. But let's just start, for example, for spreads. It's super easy to make vegan spreads. You can personalize them as much as you want. I'm actually planning on bringing a video about spreads on the channel. I don't know if it's gonna be posted or if it's gonna come in the next weeks. So if it is, I'm gonna link it up here and down in the description. And before we start, all the recipes and things that I'm gonna be showing are gonna be linked up here and down in the description of the video. So if you wanna go straight to one of the recipes that I'm mentioning, you can just go check it out. And the thing is that most spreads can be used as sauces too, or at least that's how I see it, because a creamy sauce to go with pasta, for example, could perfectly be a spread. So it's kind of like the same things that you can be really versatile with them on how to use them and where to put them. So yeah, for example, I want to try a tofu spread with sun-dried tomatoes, basil, and I'm pretty sure that would work as a spread and also as a sauce. Maybe if you want it as sauce, you should add just like some more milk or some water just to make it more liquid. But I think that the same recipes can be used in multiple ways. And the same would be, for example, with hummus and hummus. How do you pronounce hummus? That's what happens when you're filming more than one thing at once. I think that the best examples for spreads would be like hummus and guacamole, for example. That can be a dip, but can also perfectly be a spread. And then you can mix these things with other sauces. So I make one that I use for salad spreads. Like I could use that and eat that with absolutely everything, and it's a cashew sauce that it's sweet and salty because I add some maple syrup and then yeah, just cashews, lemon, nutritional yeast. I'm not sure, I'm gonna link it down in the description of the video. But that sauce is amazing with absolutely everything. And you can mix these kind of sauces too. So for example, I made a recipe with sweet potato and tomatoes, and then I added some hummus as a spread and then some cashew spread sauce on top. And yeah, that was an amazing combination. And it's just like two spreads that one is more sweet, one is more salty, and you just mix them. I'm sorry if this talk is a little bit random. I'm just literally telling you everything that comes into my mind. Yeah, that's all natural. And I don't really want to get a lot into cheeses, although one of my favorite sauces too is like a cheesy one that I made when I made the spinach puffs, because I made it with potato, cashew, nutritional yeast. I don't remember if I used milk or broth, but that was so good. I've made it more times, and I used it in the spinach puffs, but you can also use it in mac and cheese. And I've also tried other like cheesy recipes, but that would actually be my favorite one, and I would totally use that one in mac and cheese, for example. But yeah, I do have another recipe where I used beans to make the sauce, and that was really good. Like, it was surprisingly good. But yeah, I would say that the one that I used on my spinach puffs is my favorite one. And you could totally use that as a cheesy spread, but obviously it's not gonna be like cream cheese or anything like that. It's just like a substitute, obviously. But yeah, that's pretty good too. And keeping up with sauces, I also make the bechamel sauce myself a lot, and sauces like that. Just like, it's so easy to make them vegan and gluten-free, for example. I always use my free from gluten-free mix, and then I use some unsweetened milk. I like to use almond, and if not like hemp seed, but just unsweetened, and you make it with that and it's delicious. It's usually more clumpy. I think it's because of the flour, but what I do is that I blend it and the consistency ends up being the same and it tastes the same, and it's really good. So yeah, bechamel sauce, white sauces, and I even made like a broth creamy sauce the other day just by using like a non-sweetened milk. And there's obviously like single vegan creams and things like that that you can also use for sauces. So yeah, that's also good options. But yeah, every time I go grocery shopping, I get both a milk that I can use for my coffees that can be more tasteful, like this one that I was telling you about, that this one is not the unsweetened one, but it only has 2 grams of sugar, which is really good for a milk like this. But then for cooking, I always get like a plain unsweetened almond milk, and that's a must. Like, I use that so much, so I would totally recommend you to do it too. And still with the cooking saucy thing, there's the coconut milk, the full fat coconut milk, the ones that come in a can, that, well, for cooking it doesn't need to be full fat, but I usually get that so I can use the fat for dessert, like I talked in the last vegan basics, and then the rest I can use it in sauces, like in curries, and really any kind of sauce you want to make, you can use the coconut milk in it, because it's not sweet and it's extremely creamy, so that's really good. I would use that also to substitute like a single cream in sauces and cooking in general, so yeah, you can use that too. And I've been talking a lot about salty because I feel like I've talked about sweet things a lot in the past videos, but there's also a lot of options to make sweet spreads with just nuts, and you don't need to have like a nut butter. You can make it yourself. It's really easy. You just need to blend it, which is a little bit difficult for me because my blender, as you've seen probably in a lot of videos, it's not amazing. So yeah, I don't get the consistency that I would get if I had like a proper good blender, but still it's really easy to make, and I want to try to make one now, for example, with pumpkin, cocoa powder and hazelnuts, to make like a vegan Nutella but a little bit more creamy. But I also have a video of a vegan Nutella here in the channel, which I messed up at the last step, but if you see the video, I'm explaining exactly what you should do and how you should do it, because it's a lot about mixing like oily ingredients and not watery ones. And yeah, I explain everything on that video, but it's really easy to make your own spreads without messing them up. You just need to make sure the ingredients you're mixing are the proper ones. I also made like a frosting for my cupcakes. I talked about how I made the cupcakes, but not the frosting, and I made a walnut frosting that was so good and creamy, and you can totally use that as a spread too. So you just need to be a little bit creative, and as I said, just use the ingredients for any kind of purpose that you want. So you can use a spread as a Nutella and also as a frosting to make it healthier. So yeah, there's a lot of options out there. And I think that's actually everything I wanted to talk to you about in this video. It might have been shorter than the other ones and a little bit all over the place, because as I said, I was just saying everything that was coming to my mind, but for sure I want to make a spreads video because I have some ideas already in my mind that I want to try, test and bring to you if they're good. So yeah, you might likely see that soon, or you might already have seen it, who knows. I'm filming this before, so we'll see. But yeah, if you made it this far, give a like to the video because that really helps the channel, and subscribe if you want to see more. And also, if I see that you like it a lot, I'm gonna know that you wanna keep seeing these kind of videos, so I'll make more, and again, I'll try to bring one every month, depending on how much you like them too. And with that said, remember to follow me on Instagram because I'm posting a lot of recipes there too, and I'll see you in the next one.